All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video on the topic of adultery. And I just saw a video, man, that really got on my damn nerves, man, right? And made me realize, like, two things, well, things that we already know anyway, man, right? The first one being how women are wicked, man. And I know some brothers, like, they get, like, annoyed by the amount of videos that are spoken about women. But even them brothers themselves have already went through their full fill of how, and understand completely how wicked women are, to the point where they're like, man, I don't even need to waste my time talking about it no more, man. Yet that topic of how women are wicked is never going to stop being spoken about until the kingdom of heaven comes. It's not going to stop, because they're going to just keep getting worse, man. Until the kingdom of heaven comes, Esau is going to keep getting worse. And the women are going to keep getting worse, because Esau is going to allow them to do more and more wickedness, because it allows the confusion, which allows him to be able to try and push his plans forth better on the earth, man. Esau's used women as a catalyst to bring forth a lot of wickedness on this earth, man. Now, let me go to, man, I don't even know where to begin, man. I know where I'll go to. Because men that, I want to say this as well, men that commit adultery lack honor, man. Right? They lack honor, they lack integrity. And in this wicked ass world, committing adultery will get you dapped up. If you tell people that if you tell your friends, yeah, in this world, in the world, and you tell your friends, oh man, I had a wild night last night. I was with one woman, and I knew she was pregnant, but I still did it anyway. They'll dap you up. They won't say, what? You did what? And bring you forth to the judges so that you can get Leviticus. They won't do that. They'll dap you up and be like, yo, man, you a player, man. Or whatever the stupid thing they're going to say. They won't be angry. Your friends should be angry with you in this world if they find out that you commit adultery. Even if they find out that you commit adultery with one of all, and all four of them, or however many of your friends you got, right? If they find out you committed adultery and the person that you slept with, wife, is all of y'all enemy, they're supposed to still be angry with you. They're not supposed to be like, yeah, fuck him, because he ain't our friend anyway. They're supposed to be angry with you and cause for you, man. You know what, man? Man, I'm getting angry right now thinking about it, man. I just watched one video that one of the brothers put up, and I was like, man, this shit's wicked as hell, man. Women getting caught committing adultery on live. Women getting caught committing adultery and trying to attack the man. The nerve, bro. The woman commits adultery. She's supposed to be scared of judgment, getting judged, not trying to attack the man. Where's that law, man? You shall not suffer any sin. Okay. This is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and shall not suffer sin upon him. So you ain't supposed to hear your friends committed adultery and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna let that slide because we don't like that guy anyway. He's a waste man. Nah, you're supposed to, at least in this world, because we ain't supposed to be grabbing no pile of stones right now in this world, right? But at least in this world, you can be like, you know what? I don't want to be friends with you no more, man. You're disgusting. But is that gonna happen anywhere in this society, bro? No, it's not. Like, let's say that you're supposed to go to jail in this world for committing adultery. You think men are gonna so-called snitch on their friend if he commit adultery and be like, man, nah, man, he told me that he committed adultery with this guy's wife, and that the baby that he's raised, this man's raising up, ain't even really his child, it's really my friend's child, and he's known about it for the last 10 years, and he ain't said nothing. You think a man's gonna do that in this world? No, because most of y'all don't have no honor, man. You don't have no honor. You're demons as well. And it gets said about women how wicked they are a lot, right? Which is true. All the things that are said about women in this world are true. But men are wicked as hell in this world too. And some adulterers, man. Men love adultery in this world, man. And in times past, Maybe some of us that call ourselves Israelites now have been that too. But that don't make it any less wicked, because the same way how if we've did that in the past, we deserved and really deserve the same judgment as what the people that are in the world now still doing that stuff do. But even in the truth, man, if a person talks about how they used to commit adultery, there's not really as much shame with that as there probably should be, man. Because that's one of those in this world, yeah. And let me not even say it like that, man. It's like the people that will talk about how if they used to do that stuff will be ashamed. But like it's still in this world, if people of the world hear it, they'll think, oh well, that guy used to be a player. Oh man, wow. They won't think, man, he's really repented and this truth really must be great to make somebody that was doing such wickedness turn away from that, man. But committing adultery is one of those sins that in this world makes you seem cool, you know? There's certain sins in this world that make you seem, oh man, this guy's cool, man. But really, ain't no sin cool. And you're worthy of death, all of everyone that commits it, man. Now that don't mean that people are gonna enact out the law on you in this world, but they could at least not talk to you no more and not befriend you anymore, man. To banish you from their life. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer, the meaning the man, and the adulteress, meaning the woman, shall surely be put to death. That's what's supposed to happen. Now that's not what happens in this world, but there could be at least be people like, man, nah, you ain't got no honor. But in this world, if a woman commits adultery on her husband, right, the nan's gonna lie for her mom's gonna lie for her sister's gonna lie for her aunt's gonna lie for her and justify it. They're all gonna justify it. But then if a man commits adultery, so-called according to what this world says adultery is, which is really just the keeping of the laws, him getting another woman, as long as it's not another man's wife, right? Which in this world is damn hard for it to not have been another man's wife, because most of these women out there are freeing up the ting to everyone. Most of these women are freeing up the ting to all kind of people, mate, all and sundry out here. In diverse places, they're freeing up their quiver, right? To every bow and arrow out here, man. Opening up their mouth to every fountain of water. And if a man's just able to fake being charming for like 1 to 3 interactions with a woman, he'll be able to get the same from what every other geezer had, man. And they'll realize, man, yeah, it really ain't worth much. I'm out. And then the woman's not going to add it to her body count. And then when she meets another person that she thinks is more secure, oh, I've been single for 5 years. Oh yeah, of course. So and what you been doing in them 5 years? Oh, cricket mode, yeah. You know what I mean? This world is absolutely demonic as hell, man. And men that commit adultery don't have no honor. They don't have any. Because if a woman wants to commit adultery, but there ain't no man to commit adultery with, well, she can't commit. She can't commit no adultery then, can she? And here's another thing in this world, man. That man, there's so much that can be said on this wicked ass, evil topic, man. There's so much that can be said. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman, lack of understanding. In that video that I saw, there's men like dealing with women and she's got the children on sleeping on the floor on what looked like a nappy changing mat, man. She got the baby sleeping on the floor on a nappy changing mat while she's in a bed with another geezer committing adultery. Telling him it's just a friend and chill. You think they'd be saying, mate, bruv, you think they'd be saying that if they knew that Malachi, Levi, Judah, Benjamin, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, we're going to just be waiting outside with some stones? You think they'd say any of that chill stuff? You think a woman would be getting caught in some lingerie, right? And then saying to her man, I'm wearing this stuff for you, but you don't appreciate nothing, even though she knows that there's another man in the house. in the damn closet hiding, right? But she's still so confident that that man ain't gonna say nothing because she knows that men don't have no honor in this world, and that's a thing that women don't like. Women don't like men to have honor. Women don't like the idea of brotherhood. Let's just be clear about that, you know. Women don't like the idea of brotherhood, and that's why they hate the Hebrew Israelite thing, because it's got a brotherhood in there. As much as women can chat their mouth, running at their mouth, they know that there's a brotherhood in there, man. And then when women get into the mix, and that's why I've heard the apostles say many times that this is the reason why they ain't got no women in there. And I've heard the One West stories and how women was walking up with mini skirts with fringes on there, being hoes. And our Apostle Tahar was cursing them hoes ass out, telling them, yo, don't come back anymore, man. Go home and change, man. And then brothers was getting annoyed with him, right? But he was singing the right thing because he knew how women was being hoes. I've heard Apostle Tahar say how loads of women was throwing himself at Apostle Tahar because he had power in there. And then when you see what's happening with later on, after the apostles have said, don't do this no more, because they already see how it can go. You've seen the same thing take place in other Hebrew Israelite groups, man. Because women don't like the idea of brotherhood because they can play games if they can fight men against each other. And that's why when women see two men that are like on equal playing field in success and in lifestyle and in life in general, they don't like it. And they'll try and play those two men off against each other because women are wicked. The wickedness of women goes way far beyond the whole, oh, they want a man that's 6 foot, 6 feet and all this stuff. No, women are just do a lot of evil in this world, man. And we all know it. And it's not going to get stopped talking about until the kingdom of heaven comes, man. It's such a heavy topic that there's specific prophecies that we're waiting for. We're waiting for the patience of the faith of the saints, right? But we're also waiting for Eve to get. I know I am. I'm waiting for the time when the Israelite women start getting jacked up, man. Because it's a desire of mine to see Israelite women not be wicked. And I'm sure that that's a desire for every other Israelite man out there too. But it's going to keep getting spoken about until the kingdom of heaven comes, even by the people that don't like talking about it that much. Even they're going to end up being like, you know what, nah, man, women are wicked. Because Yahweh can make a situation come that's like, you know what, man, women are wicked, man. Nah, man, they are wicked. Because they are. But men are wicked too. And if there wasn't no woman, no man for women to commit adultery with, right? Well, then they couldn't commit no adultery. And men that commit adultery don't have no honor. Men are quick to say, "Oh, I don't owe him owe him nothing." But then when it comes to someone sleeping with your wife, now you want to try and spill blood all over the place. But what about when you did it though? All these people in the hood and that they want to talk about keeping it real. Okay, keep it real then. When someone sleeps with your wife, you've got a problem with it. So then why don't you have a problem when you found out your boy did it to somebody else then? When you know how it felt when somebody did it to you? You damn demons, man. Why is it funny? Why is it a rule among gangsters, right? Don't snitch, but you can clap your boy's wife's cheeks. That's not very honorable, is it? Isn't the whole don't snitch thing because it's meant to be some honor among thieves? Well then, surely there could be honor among thieves when it comes to sleeping with another man's wife. But y'all don't have that though, because y'all are demons and you don't even follow the don't snitch rule neither, because y'all are some snitches. So let's just be real about life for once, man. Most of you mans that think you're street and not, mate, y'all have snitched. Let's be real with yourself. You've snitched before, and you'll snitch again too if you don't want to go in the slammer. Just be real with yourself, man. You tell other people don't snitch so that you can snitch first and get a reduction on your sentence hours and years and time, man. But that's what Jake in the hood don't want, in the so-called hood, don't want to talk about, man. Don't want to talk about their dishonorable works and how they slept with their friend's wife and how they've been lusted on their brother's wife. That happens, man. That happened with some UK miscreant rappers recently, man. But then they're so, keep to the code and all that. You ain't got no code, man. Your code is the Aleister Crowley type code, man. Do what you want to do. That's what code you've got, you damn demons, man. Verse 32, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman, lack of understanding, he that doeth it destroy his own soul. And you have a wound and dishonor shall he get, but not in this world, though. In this world, you get dapped up. You don't get dishonored in this world. If people find out that you commit adultery, they love you. They love you. If a man in this world got caught, if a man's a DJ in this world, let's say, right, and he was a DJ for a wedding, and the wedding took place, and he was playing just by chance, he was playing all the songs that the bride liked, and she was like, "Whoa, he knows all the songs I like." And when I asked him for a request, he played the request, no problems asked. Oh, he's so nice, and he's actually quite handsome, by the way. And she asked for a private thing behind the scenes. That man sleeps with her, mate. When he goes to his other DJ mates and tells that story, they ain't gonna be like, man, that's demonic, man. I'm telling the husband, and I hope that he earths your ass. They're gonna dap him up, be like, yeah, you're crazy, Brad. Whatever the hell the DJ's name would have been, man. They're gonna be like, man, whoa. And even in times past, some of us, we thought that them kind of things was cool to do, man. And if we heard a story about adultery, we thought it's, but it's not cool. It's wicked, man. Adultery is man, it's wicked as hell, man. It's actually a reason why there's not a brotherhood in this world. Because a woman with her gallivanting eyes, right? And a man might be like, man, I'm not even, I like this guy, but I'm not even bringing this guy around anything to do with me because I'm got a fear that he might be an adulterer. That can happen, man. People cannot trust you because they think you're going to be an adulterer. You might not be one, but they don't know that though. And a man's wife, forget what people say in the world. A man's wife is his property. Forget what the world says. The scriptures let us know what it is. A man's wife is his property. And if somebody's not going to introduce you to their house, they think you're going to steal their car. They think you're going to steal their TV, their damn clothes, their shoes, their watches. Steal everything out of their house. So why would they bring you around their thing if they think you're going to steal their wife? Which is also part of their property. And for any of you women that have got a problem with hearing that you're a man's property, okay, don't ask him for nothing then. Don't ask him for nothing and take care of yourself, all 100% yourself. But are y'all prepared to do that? And is that a desire of yours? No, it's not. So shut your mouths, man. And if any of you women have still got a problem with being told to shut your mouths, well, guess what, man? The day of the Lord's coming, and you're gonna have your chance to try and do girl power in that time. And let's see if girl power can overcome male brute force. Yeah, we're gonna get to see. Everyone's gonna get their chance, man. When all hell breaks loose, everyone's gonna get a chance to see if their philosophy of life is better than the doctrine of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. And all they are gonna find out that no, it don't, man. No, it doesn't. Verse 33. A wound in his honor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. But in this world, that don't even happen. Which shows how off this world is, man. Men don't lose honor for those kind of things. And I've been seeing a few 1-2 clips of this thing that they're doing with all these streamer mans and that some streamer university or some shit. Right? That's what it's called, man. Streamer university. And I've been seeing how the men have been getting divided from brotherhood by their lust after one particular woman, and the woman's all up in front of one man's face. Then she's all up in front of the next man's face. Then she's all up in front of the next man's face, when really, after men see that a woman's doing that with two different men, that should both just be like, well, none of us don't want you then. Because you should have picked one instead of trying to play between both. Pick one. But in this world, right, even in the world where women ain't supposed to really even be getting too much choice in reality, man. But in this world, they could have at least, okay, you choose which one you like, and after you say which one, don't talk to the other one no more ever again in your whole life. But women don't want to do that. They don't want to be pinned down to any concrete set rules. They want everything to be fluid like water. They'll say, oh, a woman's a young girl if she's 18 and a man was taking advantage for dealing with her and all of this, yeah? And then if a man says, okay, what age is it that a woman's a woman and she can't come with no, I was too young excuse no more? Well, I don't really want to say an age exactly. So shut your mouth in general then. Because is every single 18-year-old going to act the same? No, they're not. And there's other countries in the world where the age of consent is 2 years younger than that and 3 years younger than that. And in some places, 4, maybe 5, 6 years younger. So what are you going to say then? And when every single woman in this world was turned 18, do they think they're still young or do they think they're grown and can't wait to put on a miniskirt, go to Broad Street, go to Leicester Square, go to Piccadilly Circus, go around Brindley Place and shake what their mama gave them? Gow them leg out, gow them feet out, gow them chest out, gow them everything out, man. Batty crease all on show, having to pull their skirt down and it can only move down like an extra 2 centimeters anyway. Knowing that they was dressed like a harlot when they came at the house, but now they want to keep pulling down the miniskirt down. Them herds of harlots that you see walking around, singing, and it sounds horrible, by the way. But this world gives honor to all of that adultery stuff, man. No one's offended by honor. By adultery in this world, really, man. We are. We've became offended by that because we understand how wicked it is. But most people in the world, even the people that get bothered when someone commits adultery on them, are not offended when they do it. And a lot of people end up doing it because they're like, man, I'm trying to get back revenge for how much it hurt me when it was done to me. But then they don't think about how much it's going to hurt now their own fellow Israelite that they done it to. And the adultery thing's so heavy, right, that you're not even supposed to do it to an Edomite's wife. You understand? Because it's about your honor. It's not about the person that, oh, I don't like him, so I'm going to sleep with his wife. No, it's about your honor, right? What are the two most important parts of the law? To love Yahweh with all your might and with all your soul, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, what if the person's not your neighbor? Well, then you still go back to the first thing of the law. To love Yahweh with all your might and with all your soul. Yahweh said, don't sleep with another man's wife. So it doesn't matter if it's, mate, it wouldn't matter if it was Esau himself in the reincarnation and you could get the chance to sleep with his wife. Nah. It wouldn't matter if it was Haman himself in the reincarnation. Hey, Dad. You understand? If it was Herod the Great's wife, you ain't supposed to sleep with her neither. It's not, oh, I don't like this guy, I want to cause him some pain. I'm just, no. Even in the kingdom, this is how big of a thing a sin adultery is. Even in the kingdom, we ain't gonna sleep with no Edomite's wife, man. Even in the kingdom, when we've got them under our complete control, and we're gonna be able to tell them turn left, turn right, jump like a bunny, bark like a dog, meow like a cat, ribbit like a frog, snap, snap, snap like a crocodile, man. Entertain me, you're my jester, man. Throw one of them jester hats on him and dance, tinky, 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 tinky. And you know what I mean? We're gonna be schooling y'all heathens in the kingdom, and we still ain't gonna sleep with y'all wives in the kingdom. We're gonna keep our honor. We ain't gonna do no nasty, vile acts like no book breaking. But I've got to say this, Yahweh is going to come up with, on the right-hand side, alternatives for every single thing that you ever did evil to us that was on the left-hand side. Yahweh's got an equal and opposite reaction on the right hand. I've got to say that because it's true. Right? You're not going to be forgiven for the evil that you did to us. It's not been let slide, man. Verse 33, for jealousy is the rage of man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. If you get caught committing adultery with another man's wife, yeah, mate, don't think that, oh, the law says he's got to get over it. Don't think that just because the law of this world says that that's what's supposed to happen is what's going to happen. So anyone out there, beware. Don't think that your little street code of, oh, man, you're trying to mate God, yeah, because that's his wife. Of course he's mate guarding. That's his wife. Oh, but she was feeling me though. Okay. And you're gonna feel what vengeance this guy decides to put on you if he decides to. And yeah, how I might strengthen him up to allow him to do that, man. But in this world, men don't get scared about committing adultery, man. Like when you're walking on the street, can you see a woman that you find attractive when you're walking on the street just on any given day, right? Yeah, you can. But if you then see that woman's got a man, then how about you turn your eyes away and say, Salaki, how about Shem Yahushai? I never knew. How about that for once in life? Or if you're walking and there's a woman that looks good in front of you and she's with her man, how about you ask Salaki, how about Shem Yahushai? And you try and not look at them no more, man. How about that? An Israelite would do that, but would people in the world do it? Nah. In fact, if one of these rap demons in the world sees a woman that looks good in the crowd, they're gonna try and get her backstage, try and call her up on the stage while she's at a concert, and do a whole 5 minutes performance with the next man's wife while he's in the crowd looking simple as hell when he bought the tickets. And then if that man was to run on stage, you're gonna get him jumped by security because you're a demon. You little 5'7" singers, which the height of y'all don't matter, but y'all ain't even prepared to defend yourself for the wickedness that you're doing. You're going to use your security to get the man jumped because y'all some demons, man. Wicked as hell. And again, the height thing don't matter because you can be 25 foot and still be a demon, man. In fact, some of the most handsome or beautiful people in this world are wicked as hell because they get things their way too much in this world, man. And Yahweh's got something for all of them. Verse 35, he will not regard any ransom. There ain't going to be nothing you can give. Oh, I'm sorry for sleeping with your wife. Here's $1 million. Oh, here's £1 million. Nah. They'll be offended at the offer. But in this world, so wicked, in fact, that even sometimes in this world, men are down for that. You got men in this world, people that have even called themselves Israelites, man, that have wanted their wife to get dealt with by Esau, and then they want their wife to come and deal with them like how Esau dealt with them. And then they want their wife to wear a t-shirt saying, I only like Esau or whatever the hell madness. Like, mate, that's demons, man. Only having demons on you to a high level could make you conjure up such a thoughts in your head. Because those kind of works are Diddy status. Those are like Diddy level things. When you've been hearing some of the things that's been going on in this whole Diddy thing, that's some of the same level of kind of works, man, of the Diddy bopper. Absolute madness. Like this world all around in every way that you can look at it is wicked. And again, men that will commit adultery do not have no honor. P. Diddy didn't have no honor when he was making his woman deal with all these different guys. But guess what? She was an adulterer anyway. And she was committing adultery still now with the person that she's meant to be, she's got a child with. But then people want to try and go on like women are so innocent in this world when they're not, man. We all know this. Women are not innocent, bro. And women have got demons on them. And the women that you actually in this world have been nicer to in your life, yeah, they're the ones that screwed you over. And the woman that you've been more meaner to, that's the one that liked you more. Bogged out, mate. Women are bogged out. We've all known, or some of us have heard a story at least, of a woman that's tried to go through a whole group of friends and try and sleep with every single one of them. But then here's the thing. The friends that were the men, they did it though. But they should have had honor. And we're like, nah, she dealt with him first, and now she can't come to none of us anymore ever again in her whole life. Unless at the minimum, he dies. And we ain't allowed to speed up the process of him dying neither, because that's murder then. Like there's a law in the Bible, right? That if a man's brother dies, right, then his other brother can sleep with his wife now, so that he can be left behind a seed. And that's why I've watched what's that thing, man, that I hear some of the elders talk about, man. Telegony, right? Telegony, where a previous lover of a woman can like have the same traits can be shown from a former lover of a woman when she has a child with the next man. That's the righteous version of telegony, right? That's the righteous way of that thing. You can actually see how that actually must be a thing because it's in the scriptures that you should, if a man's died, his brother can produce a seed for him. But then there was an Israelite in the book of Genesis, I believe, that he slept with his brother's wife after he died, but spilled the seed on the ground, wanted all the pleasure, but didn't want to actually do it for what it was supposed to do it for, man, being a wicked demon. And Yahweh got rid of him because he could have just then not slept with her. But that goes back to the no honor thing, man. Men that commit adultery, they don't have no honor, bro. Neither will he rest content, though thou givest man the gifts. It won't matter what you give him. Oh, here's 2 tickets to the Bahamas. Nah, I'm not pacified. Oh, here's a Lamborghini Delarado, or whatever the hell it's called. Nah, no thanks. Here's a G. What about a G-Wagon? What about unlimited vouchers for Next and Debenhams? Nah, I'm not sufficed. Or how about a black card that gives you 50% off all Nikes for the rest of your life? Nah. What about a unlimited card for M&S food store? There ain't nothing you could give him. In that moment, when he found that you committed adultery, he's gonna want your life. Let's read this. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 24. Keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. And women will commit it, will start off with that adultery thing by trying to compliment men's friends. A man brings his friends over to the house, and the woman knows they're gonna be there, and now she's coming out in the damn front room and that with shorts on, the same shorts that she should only be wearing around her husband. Talking about, it's my house, I can wear what I want to wear. Well, you're a hoe. These are the things that, and I don't even want people to think that necessarily even talking about my own life when I say these things. But even if I was, does that make it any better or worse? These are things that's true, that women do in this world, man, that are wicked. There's things that women in this world do in this regard that are wicked and evil, man. And adultery is a very big evil, man. It's a very big evil. A huge one, man. And people say, oh, if the woman's committed adultery on you, she's doing you a favor. Yeah, that's because we're living in this society. Why people say that? If it was living back in ancient Israel, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say, oh, the woman's committed adultery on you, she's doing you a favor. You wouldn't say that. If it was living in our own laws back in the day, you would say, okay, stone time. That's that's what would be getting said. But because we're in this wicked ass world right now, we've had to kind of maneuver the law in another way to try and be able to handle the corruptness of this society, man. So in this society, it is good advice. Okay, if a woman's done that to you, she's done you a favor. But in reality, though, she's done a sin that's worthy unto unalivement. That's the reality. So I'm not saying that people that say that are wrong. They're right. But according to the law, we already know what way it's supposed to really go. We all know. But we're not under the law like that right now. Yet the law is still valid though. But we're not supposed to be enacting out that law ourselves. And that's why when you hear people saying, oh, I keep all the commandments. You're a liar. You're a lying bastard. No, you're not keeping all the commandments, man. because some of the commandments you can't even keep properly because other people ain't keeping them all. So you can't try and say, oh, I found a woman in the field and she wasn't betrothed, so I kept the law. Because that person's daughter that you thought you was, oh, I'm just keeping the law, mate. Nah, because he ain't under what you're talking about. He wants your life. What are you talking about? Or you can't, oh, I found out that my man was an LG3T person. So I was like, you know what, man? He had to get dusted off. And I found some other people. And I was like, yeah, we did Leviticus 20 and 13 on him. And what? You can't try and say that. Because the person that's child that was, you're going to be like, nah, that was my son and I loved him. I don't care if he was alphabet and rainbow. And they're going to call the old Bill and your ass going to the slammer, bruh. So don't start coming with all that. You're keeping all the laws and you're keeping all the commandments, statutes and commandments because you're a liar. No, you're not, man. No, you're not keeping all the laws. And after the last person that was made popular for saying how much of the law, that they was keeping all the laws, and it turned out what they was doing behind the scenes. You don't want to even go around trying to make it like you're keeping all the laws because that's almost like a tell sign that you're wicked to a high degree. Because he said he was keeping all the laws. But was he though? I think not. Verse 25, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. And women will do that, man. Women will have been proposed to 2-3 weeks ago, get that wedding ring on their finger, and now every man they see that they once upon a time thought was a bit handsome, they want to try and see if he's sour that she's married, and if he notices the wedding ring, and if he's like, oh man, I lost my chance to be with Veronica now. I can't believe it. And if he's going to try and flirt with her, and she'll start thinking, oh, feeling the pressure of how she's now not supposed to do anything with any other men, and she'll start building extra looking up in men's faces now. That happens in the world too. They have a stag hen night or whatever. It's your last night of freedom, girls. Yeah, get him. And they'll hire some male gigolo or whatever the hell and just do a madness, man. This world's wicked as hell. This world's all the way off, man. There's just so much wickedness that goes on in this world. It's unbelievable, bro. But in this world, you're made to just get told, oh, just deal with it, man. Just get over it. But if under the law, though, it's not a get over it situation, though. Under the law, it's not a get over it thing. Because there's specific reasons why you have to put certain things in the law anyway. There's laws that a man can get a wife by being smooth with the words and all that. But is every man smooth with the words when talking to women? No, they're not. There's laws that a man can get a wife by an arranged marriage, right, for her being betrothed. But is every man going to even have the ability to try and get a wife that way? No, they're not. There's laws that men can get a wife by the Deuteronomy way, man. Now, as much as people want to say that that's wicked or all that they want to say, you can say that it's wicked all you want. But Yahweh didn't say it's wicked. So if you're saying that that's wicked, you're against your own Heavenly Father that made you. And that made the new covenant that we're going to be under, that's going to be a thing that could get done. Even under the new covenant. Now, you can say, no, it ain't. But the laws are going to be put in our heart. And that's one of the laws. So if you got a problem with it, unfortunately, you got a problem with the new covenant then. Now, if you're thinking spiritually, why is that law in there? Because not every man's going to have a wife that's betrothed to him. Not every man's going to have the words to be smooth with women. Some men are, some men are not. Not every man, if a woman's given a choice to want to be with him, he's going to want to be with that particular man. So Yahweh set up a way that another man that don't match any of these other ways and how to get a wife could also get himself a wife. Yahweh set that up for the nation of Israel that he chose. Now, you might not, no one's supposed to do that in this society now, but if you say that you believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, every single law, eventually you're going to come across a point in your life where you're going to be like, oh, I see why Yahweh put that there, man. I see now. I see why that's there. Oh, I see why bearing false witness is such a big deal. I see why not stealing is such a big deal. I see why we're not supposed to eat pork. I see why we're not supposed to get shape-ups. I see why we're not supposed to get tattoos. Every law. Oh, I understand why now. If you see a man, if you destroy another army and you see a woman in the field that you think is good to be a wife, that you can after 30 days, par her nails and all of this. Because there's probably somewhere that if we was to examine how long after a woman, like what's the average time that a woman moves on after. In fact, you know what, man? Some woman that used to live next door to me, man. Some big fat Edomite, man. Hey, Salakia. But she was with some geezer, yeah? And then that relationship broke up. And it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And the next geezer's moving in there. Now, do you think that she knew him and she just randomly met him 2 weeks after she broke up? Obviously not. She knew the geezer before. Because there wouldn't have been no way that he would have been moving in then. It's not, oh, he just started coming around. No, he moved in with her. And then big up self. You know what I mean? He moved in and she was fat and ugly. So if a fat, ugly woman can move on after 2 weeks, how much more a woman that's actually attractive, man? And what kind of men she'll be having throwing themselves at her? Some big up woman at 2 weeks afterwards, man. And even that made me realize, man, women really are as wicked as the Bible says, man. They really are just wicked, bro. Just evil, man. And we all know it to be true as well. We all know it, man. Hey, it's a luckier, man. Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for a precious life. Exactly. They try and find a man that they think, oh, he's a good guy, and now they want to settle down. But she's been doing all kind of diddy bopping activities in the past. But now she wants the real man, the precious life, the man, the good man. Where all the good men at? After she's dealt with Glocktavius, the street fog, every single rapper with a ponytail, every single DJ, every single nightclub bouncer. Now she wants the precious life, oh, a good guy, a man of God and all that they be talking about. But they be talking about them sucker Christian men of God, so-called men of God, man. They don't want no man of Yahweh, Bar Shem Yahweh Shai. They want a man of Jesus that loves everybody demon that them people have got on them, man. Some man talking about I ain't waiting, I'm waiting for I don't do no sex before marriage. One of them mans. As if the sex ain't the marriage. Clowns, man. What else, man? Verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? No, you can't, man. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbour's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. You ain't gonna be innocent. Oh, I never knew. Oh, I never knew. She never told me. Did you ask? Didn't you think it was suspicious that she had all them pictures around on the walls and with her and another man in the house? You didn't think that was suspicious, nah? Oh. You thought that this woman that you thought was attractive is not attractive to no one else? You didn't think why her left hand ring finger looked a bit pale around the rim. You didn't think it looked like she'd had a ring taken off there to hide from you? Nah? Okay. All right. The adultery thing is part of the 10 Commandments. That's how big of a deal it is, man. It's one of the main things that we ain't supposed to do. One of the main. So lucky I went to the wrong place, man. Like, it's a big deal, man. It's such a big deal that in the kingdom, when we've got Esau jacked up, man, can tell him whatever we want to tell him. Can have him doing them stupid looking bunny hops that Meek Mill was doing if we want to, man. Can tell him dance. We can play some damn can play some music and say, dance, man. We want to be entertained, man. Dance, man. Dance to this. And they start doing their damn robot dances that they do where they think they got rhythm and they ain't got none. We're made to do whatever we wanted. Even in that time, we're not going to commit adultery with against no Edomite, man. If one of them breeded Edomites that are going to be bred up and that, they ain't going to be made They ain't gonna deal with their wife. But Esau did all that kind of stuff to us though. But we ain't gonna do that to him. And Esau's gonna pay way worse than we paid. So we're gonna be able to punish Esau without losing our own honor. Because we're gonna be under the law perfectly. So we ain't gonna commit no adultery. We ain't gonna do no alphabet and rainbow activities and call it a punishment. When obviously really that was for their own pleasure. Because Esau's naturally GAY anyway. They did that for their own enjoyment, really, man. That book breaking stuff. And for our punishment, because they know that we ain't no natural alphabeters, man. And Yahweh's got something on the right hand side that's they're gonna have to pay for doing that, what they did, man. But again, this world's so bad now that Esau don't need to have to do that to get Jake in that kind of procedure. They're willingly doing it themselves. Some of them G's Jakes, man. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't commit adultery, man. It's wicked. And you ain't got no honor if you do that, man. You ain't got no honor. Adultery is not funny. It's not funny. And if you used to do it, okay. Really, according to what adultery really is anyway, who hasn't committed it really? According to what adultery truly is, if you sleep with another woman, sleep with a woman that's got a husband that's still alive, everyone's an adulterer, really. It's damn near impossible to not be an adulterer in this world. Yet that don't make it any better, though. It's still not righteous. And women are the main people that commit adultery, because a woman's only supposed to be with one man her whole life unless the previous man dies. Then she can be with another one. But some of these women out here are dealing with 100 men in 24 hours. Like, and then they're trying to talk about how they're righteous. And how men are this and men are that, because they're trying to judge it by what this world's told people that makes you righteous. Or a woman's righteous if she just, I wasn't feeling it, no one leaves. But then even according to this world standards, right? If a man does exactly the same thing as what a woman does, they don't look at him as though, he's just doing his thing. If a man just ups and leaves a woman, right, out of the blue, I wasn't feeling it no more. They ain't gonna say to him, well, yeah, she must have been doing something wrong. They're gonna still say he's evil and he's a demon. But if a woman does whatever she's doing to a man, makes him raise up a child for 18 years, women in particular are going to be the first ones to try and understand the reason as to why she did that. Because Solomon spoke it best, man, when it comes to these women. Solomon knew what time it was around here. He knew. He tested out his women when he was with them. He was examining them. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 26, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. And all this red pill information that's come out now, and all these TikTok and all this social media stuff has exposed how women truly are wicked, man. Even when you're not looking for most of these videos that one of the elders keeps putting up on all these different, why I'm no longer part of the Israelites, or why you better watch out for that Israelite doctrine, aren't most of them women? Now, is he specifically looking for videos of women that are saying these things? I doubt it. I think he's just looking for videos based on that certain topic, and it just so happens that most of them are women. Women know it says in the Bible, I suffer not a woman to teach. They're still running their mouth. Making secret channels where they post information and then be like, see, some of y'all brothers used to be subscribed to my channel. Yeah, but if you knew that you're not supposed to be doing that, then why are you doing it for? Being a demon? Why are you doing it for? And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hand is bands. Whoso pleads of God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one, to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. So Solomon wanted to find women that were righteous. And which one of you men out there can say that you don't want to see a woman that's righteous, man? I remember heard one brother, man. One brother, man. This brother's funny, man. And he was saying, sometimes you get with a woman and that, and she might be doing just a few things that you think are good, and she might even be a heathen, but she starts cooking for you and stuff like that, and you're like, yeah, man, she's a Jake. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. Because men, yeah, we naturally want a woman to actually be righteous, man. Because that's our glory, a woman. So okay, if a man's like doing things in regard to women and it's bugged out and that, right? But men naturally care about women more because Yahweh's made us like that, man. He's made that be our glory. He has. And every man would like to assume that their woman's righteous, right? But for the most part, they're just better than the other women that are really demons down here. And even we ourselves are not completely nowhere near what we want to be like neither. So to a certain degree, women would be in their right mind to have a grievance with some things that they can say about us. I guess, right? Because we ain't under the new covenant either, right? Which my soul seeketh, but I find not. Verse 28. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all these have I not found. So men are more righteous than women. And we already know that. Women know that. Women are prepared to put men in the friend zone rather than be alone completely. Because they understand this. Women will say they don't have no female friends and all that because even they don't even like each other that much, man. Even they know that they're wicked as hell. But a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that God have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Men have been made and given all the things to know to do the right thing. But the wickedness within us makes us search and seek out something that's off. That seems good, but really is actually not good though. Right? And adultery, man, like, I didn't even want to make this video that long, but adultery, I was thinking about it when I watched that video, man. I was like, man, this is getting on my nerves, you know? Because adultery really is a wicked thing, man. It's truly wicked. It really is disgusting, man. And this ain't me trying to cut no one to the soul, but it is evil. Right? It is evil. It is evil, man. If we've ever committed it, we did evil in that time. And even the fact of what adultery is in its purest form anyway, of being with a woman that's not a virgin, you've done it. So none of us can really get on our high horse, and we all deserve mercy from Yahweh. Well, not deserve mercy, excuse me. We all are hoping for mercy, man. We all need mercy from Yahweh. All of us, man. Every single one of us. But let me say this as well though, on the adultery thing. The advice that you've been given and you've heard where the woman's did you a favor, well, that is a good advice because she's now something that you don't have to worry about on your hope for getting into the kingdom of heaven. That's one less burden on you now, right? It's one less burden on you. And that's a thing that's had to be made to be able to maneuver through this world, man. So don't bug out, man. Lord, will you don't pray to Yahweh to not bug out, man. And here's a thing that men can do as well, man. Pray to Yahweh concerning women. You could pray to Yahweh concerning women and say, if me not having a woman right now is better for me right now, don't even give me one. But if I can be given one and it's actually not going to be a hindrance to my path to getting salvation, then let that be, please. But nevertheless, let your will be done. The same thing can be said about money. Some people might bun that brother out and think, oh yeah, you broke and that. And that's how so many people in the world think about us anyway. But then Yahweh could be putting that person in that position to not make them go too far to the either side, man. Every single man's path is going to be the path that he has to go through if he's of the elect to get a space in a chariot anyway. But I'm gonna end the lesson there, man. I was just thinking about this adultery thing and how it verily is like a wicked thing, man. Right? And how this world actually gives honor to adulterers. And in fact, let me get this last verse, man. Because it's because of Esau is in charge right now why this is even happening. Psalm chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest takest my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee? And that's what Esau does on every chance he gets. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him. Esau don't care about who's stealing, really. They don't care, as long as you break them off theirs. And as being partaker with adulterers, oh, she committed adultery on me, judge. Yeah, but she doesn't have to stay with if she doesn't want to. You still owe her that 50% on the divorce, all right? Bang, that's my final judgment. Mate, what's that? What the hell kind of judge is that? In fact, the judicial system of this world is wicked. There's not supposed to be one judge for and one judge against. Oh, I'm defending him and I'm trying to get him put away. Well, did he do it? I don't care. I'm a defense judge. Yeah, but you're defending somebody that's guilty. I don't care. It's not my job. It's not about what you can. what's that saying, man? It's not about what you know. It's about what you can prove, mate. Forget all that. That's wicked as hell. It's not about what you know in the courtroom. It's about what you can prove. That's the saying, right? That's the saying that you always hear in these judge movies, man. These court movies and that. It's not about what you know. It's about what you can prove. So you have a defense judge, and then you have the judge that's trying to get them put away. But really, they both should be trying to get down to what actually happened. And whoever's guilty gets the guilt, and whoever's innocent goes free. But this world wicked though. And I said this in a video that I made, like I think yesterday, but I'm gonna say it again, man. The kingdom of heaven is gonna be the complete opposite to the kingdom of Babylon the Great, man. The way how Babylon the Great ran things, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be a complete opposite, and it's gonna last forever. Whereas Babylon the Great is gonna perish forever. It's gonna be the Babylon the Great is gonna be an everlasting memorial of destruction. The kingdom of heaven is gonna be an everlasting memorial of what a righteous kingdom looks like. The complete opposite, man. Verse 19, thou givest thy mouth to evil and thy tongue frameth deceit. And all these talk about a good white Christian country. You're full of shit. Because there's nowhere in your law system with your good Christian selves that y'all make adultery illegal. Because then some of y'all would have to get whatever the punishment for that would be. You ain't made LG3T illegal neither. You've made that alphabet and rainbow illegal as well in everywhere that you are. You haven't even really made stealing be illegal, because people look down on someone that's hungry stealing I don't know, man, a steak bake or whatever the hell, like a tuna mayonnaise crunch sandwich from Greg's and an orange juice. Oh, use your suspects, mate. He's hungry. He's stealing food. He's not stealing a 25-inch, a 37, 800-inch plasma TV. He stole some food to eat. Oh, use your suspects. But then when it's an Edomite stealing, oh, mate, the society's gone to hell. Yeah, what about use your suspects, though? What about that? Because if it's wrong to steal from Greg's, then surely it's wrong to crash the stock market and steal everyone's stocks that they bought in. To just crash the market. Oh, now they're not feeling bullish. Now they're not feeling bullish. They're feeling bearish, right? They ain't doing no rocket emojis now. And then now we're gonna buy it all back after they sold it to us for the cheap. And now we're gonna sell it to them higher than what we sold it to them for before, by the way. Surely that's wrong then. If being a thief's wrong, right? Surely it's wrong to make robots take people's jobs then. Surely that's wrong too. Right? But y'all don't think anything's wrong that you see your own Edomite people do. And you only understand justice whenever the person's got brown skin. Whenever got pink skin, you don't understand how the court system should work anymore. Just evil, man. Verse 20, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thy slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence, that thoughtest that was altogether such one as thyself. Esau actually thinks that he's maneuvering this earth right now, like how Yahweh was doing it. It speaks about that in the book of Ezekiel, man. And I'll have control of these two families, whereas God was there. Esau actually thinks he's ruling over the children of Israel, like how God's supposed to rule over them. He actually thinks that the children of Israel are something that's used to improve him, to give glory unto himself. And that's why when America wins the Olympic Games, yeah, because they get the most medals, and it's mostly Jake winning every, like that last Olympics was absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much every gold medal winner for America, and pretty much every gold medal winner for all the countries, were Jake. It was absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much every medal that was being won, when they'd see first, second, and third, they all were so-called black people. Pretty much every single one of them. It was, the Olympics should have just been called, should be basically be called, watch Jake do things, because that's all it was. Watching Jake jump far, watching Jake run fast, watching Jake run for a long time. Yeah, that's all it was. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Esau's going to get judged, and we're going to be brought back to the state greater than what was before. Because this was our punishment. This isn't our permanent state. Being like this in houses that are dilapidated down, you know what I mean? Where you barely got any space to think, where you're surrounded by neighbors that are not even your own nation, never mind. Where if your neighbor's cooking some pork, you can smell of that flowing through your windows now when you don't even eat that. If your neighbor wants to play some music loud, or if you want to play some music loud, you can't even, because they got a time limit of when you can play and listen to any music. If you wanted to listen to some, because you're too close to people that you're not supposed to be close to. This ain't our permanent state, man. And that's why we mostly always think about the kingdom of heaven and the hope to be under that new covenant, man. That's what we need, man, that new covenant, man. Under the new covenant, no brother's gonna have to get into an argument with no one else no more, man. And even brothers that have had grievances now with each other are not gonna have a grievance in the kingdom. And if there's a brother right now that's of the elect and one that's not, the one that's not is gonna know about what it's like to be what the elect was like after death by pain, like the scriptures say, man. But I'm gonna end the video there, man. I don't want to make it go. Oh, it's already gone over an hour. All right. Yeah, man. I didn't even want to make it be this long, but adultery is a big deal, man. And this world is wicked for adultery, man. Right? But it's a big sin. Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.